win, go win, go win, go win, go win, man, go win.
Let's transition to a big-time matchup in the NFC as Mac Jones and the 4-1 San Francisco 49ers are traveling to Tampa to take on Baker Mayfield and the 4-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are favored by 2.5 points. It's a 4:25 p.m. kickoff on CBS. The over-under for this matchup is 47.5 points. So this is the big matchup in the 4:25 window coming into the season. I thought it was going to be Joe Burrow versus Jordan Love, Bengals, Packers, but instead it's going to be the 49ers and Buccaneers, two teams who have played very, very well to start the season. Let's start off with the 49ers. And the thing about the San Francisco 49ers, the 49ers have had a lot of competitive games so far this season, but they have came out on top in those games. Week 1 against the Seahawks, the 49ers beat the Seahawks 17-13. Week 2 against the Saints, the 49ers beat the Saints 26-21. Week 3 against the Cardinals, the 49ers beat the Cardinals 16-15. Now they lost week 4 against the Jaguars, but that also was a close game. They lost that game 26-21. Week 5 against the LA Rams, they beat the Rams 26-23. And I always say winning is a skill. And the San Francisco 49ers, they know how to win close football games. And that is a skill within itself. So coming into the season, I had very, very low expectations for the 49ers. I said in the NFC West, I had the LA Rams winning that division in a landslide. But in these first 5 weeks of the season, Kyle Shanahan has his football team playing some really, really good football. And the thing is about the 49ers, they're banged up. The 49ers are dealing with a ton of injuries. Last week against the Rams, they didn't have Brock Purdy. They didn't have Jauan Jennings. They didn't have Ricky Pearsall. They didn't have George Kittle. And they hung 26 points on the Rams and beat the Rams in their house on prime time. And so that was a very, very impressive win to me by the San Francisco 49ers. And obviously, right now, Mac Jones is the starter for the 49ers with Brock Purdy being injured. And Mac Jones has played really, really good so far this year. I'm looking at Mac Jones. He has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, 905 passing yards, completing 67% of his passes. And Mac Jones, he is in very, very elite company. Only Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, and Kurt Warner, they are the other quarterbacks who have accomplished this feat I'm about to say. 3-0 record, 800 yards passing or more, 6 passing touchdowns or more in first 3 starts with a team since 1950. So Mac Jones is balling right now, and I thought he was tremendous against the Rams. In that game against the Rams, Mac Jones, he goes 33 of 49, 342 passing yards. He averaged 7 yards per pass attempt, and his touchdown to interception ratio was 2-0. And so he is playing some really, really good football. And the thing is, the San Francisco 49ers, they have not even got Christian McCaffrey going yet. I'm looking at Christian McCaffrey so far this year. Christian McCaffrey, 91 carries, 282 rushing yards, averaging 3.1 yards per carry. So Mac Jones has done this without CMC even being an important role in that offense. So that's very impressive. But the thing is, when it comes to Mac Jones, he has played great in these last few games. But I need San Francisco 49ers fans to pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes on Mac Jones being this all of a sudden good quarterback. And let's please pump the brakes on, Mac Jones could be our starter. Maybe Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy. Stop. Mac Jones played in Jacksonville last year. He was awful. And when he was the franchise quarterback for the New England Patriots, he did not perform well in New England whatsoever. This is Mac Jones in New England. 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions his rookie season, over 3,800 passing yards. Not bad. Sophomore season, 14 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 2,900 passing yards. Okay? In his third year in New England, it started to go downhill. 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, over 2,100 passing yards. So the thing is, Kyle Shanahan has a system. And not only has Mac Jones thrived in Kyle Shanahan's system, Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo, who I do not consider elite quarterbacks. I don't consider Jimmy Garoppolo or Brock Purdy elite quarterbacks. Let's look at Jimmy G, Brock Purdy, and Mac Jones' numbers all together. Jimmy G, he averages 238 passing yards per game. Brock Purdy averages 259 passing yards per game. Mac Jones is averaging 302 passing yards per game. Jimmy G, his touchdown to interception ratio was 69-34. Brock Purdy's was 66-29. Mac Jones is 6-1 so far. Jimmy G's passer rating was 100.2. Brock Purdy's passer rating was 104.8. Mac Jones' passer rating is 99.1. And to me, neither Jimmy G, Brock Purdy, or Mac Jones are elite quarterbacks. I believe Brock Purdy is the best quarterback of the three. I've seen Brock Purdy make some big-time plays in big, pivotal moments for the San Francisco 49ers. And he got the 49ers to a Super Bowl. Now, that roster was loaded, but Brock Purdy actually performed well in the Super Bowl. So I think Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Jimmy G and Mac Jones. So yes, Mac Jones is playing really, really good, but that does not mean he's a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, and it does not mean that Mac Jones should be a starter in the NFL right now. It's a reason why he's a backup. It's a reason. Let me make that very clear. This dude is not a competent NFL quarterback. And the thing is, I think in sports sometimes we confuse playing very well versus actually being good. Like, some players are just good and they have equity built up. And some players, they perform well over a few weeks and we all of a sudden want to crown them. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm reaching a point with Sam Darnold where Sam Darnold, because of his success last year with the Minnesota Vikings and how he's performed so far this year with the Seattle Seahawks, I am reaching a point with Sam Darnold where it's starting to become consistent. So Sam Darnold is getting to that level where I feel like he's earned some equity, where he's actually a good quarterback. Mac Jones is not quite there yet. We have to pump the brakes on this Mac Jones hype. He has not gotten to the level of a Sam Darnold or even a Baker Mayfield, for that matter, who I'm going to talk about here shortly. But Mac Jones has not earned any equity. Sam Darnold has earned equity. Baker Mayfield has earned equity. Mac Jones just has been playing well for a few weeks. There's a difference. Now, when I look at the San Francisco 49ers in this game, I'm not sure if George Kittle going to play. George Kittle will be a significant help for the 49ers. Now, the 49ers, they had 26 points against the Rams in week 5. In week 4, they had 21 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And overall, offensively, they averaged 383 total yards per game. That's ranked 5th in the NFL. They averaged 291 passing yards per game. Surprisingly, that's ranked 1st in the NFL. And they convert on 46% of their third downs, which is ranked 5th in the NFL. So when you can throw the football and you're able to convert third downs, usually you're going to be a really, really good offense. And I think that's where the Niners are right now. Obviously, when you look at the Niners, you got CMC in the backfield. I love Christian McCaffrey. But the 2023 Christian McCaffrey no longer is the version that the 49ers are going to get moving forward. That's not the version that they're going to get. I think 2023 was Christian McCaffrey's last elite season. Now, I do believe Christian McCaffrey, throughout the course of a season, can have big moments and make clutch plays, but I don't believe Christian McCaffrey will ever be the 2023 Christian McCaffrey that we saw literally carry the 49ers to the Super Bowl. But let's look at the 49ers personnel. You got CMC in the backfield. You got Jauan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall at receiver. Now, neither Jauan Jennings or Ricky Pearsall played against the Rams in week 5. We'll see if they can play in this matchup. And you got Kendrick Bourne. I thought Kendrick Bourne played great against the Rams. In that game against the Rams, Kendrick Bourne, 10 receptions, 142 receiving yards. So Kendrick Bourne stepped up in the absence of Ricky Pearsall and Jauan Jennings. And if they can get back George Kittle, that would be significant for this 49ers offense. Now, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield has been balling for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm looking at Baker Mayfield's numbers last week against the Seahawks. Baker Mayfield, he went 29 for 33. He threw for 379 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. It was the first game in NFL history where each quarterback had 325 passing yards or more and completed 80% of their passes. So along with Sam Darnold, and I gave him his credit earlier in the show, I'm giving Baker Mayfield his credit as well. Baker Mayfield was balling in that week 5 game against the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm looking at Baker Mayfield's numbers so far this year. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1,283 passing yards. He's completing 65% of his passes. Sunday, I was watching the end of the Buccaneers-Seahawks game, and the Bucs were trailing late in that game, and they were down 35-28. 35-28. Seahawks were leading the Buccaneers. And so after the game, I called my cousin because I saw on my phone the Bucs had beaten the Seahawks 38-35. Now, mind you, I had just seen a few minutes earlier that it was 35-28 in favor of the Seahawks. And then I looked at my phone, final score, Bucs 38, Seahawks 35. I called my cousin and I said, Baker Mayfield has done it again. And when I say he's done it, I'm not talking about these elite performances overall. I'm talking about his clutch performances that he continues to put on display week after week after week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 4-1, and all 4 of their wins, there have been clutch moments from Baker Mayfield in each of those games. And he's playing at an elite level. And right now, I believe Baker Mayfield has elevated himself into that elite quarterback conversation. I believe that there are 4 bona fide elite quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. And a lot of people have said that they don't really know who the 5th best quarterback is in the NFL. And I said it was Stafford coming into the season. And Stafford's still a really, really good quarterback, but Stafford is starting to age. I believe Baker Mayfield has elevated to where he could be considered the 5th or 6th best quarterback in pro football. He's playing at a very, very elite level. I think Baker Mayfield right now should be in that Jalen Hurts realm. Now, Jalen Hurts is better than Baker Mayfield. Let me be clear. Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield based on accomplishments alone. But Baker Mayfield is doing more with less than Jalen Hurts. And I believe Baker Mayfield is not only the franchise quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but a top 6 quarterback currently in the NFL. And man, he's playing some really, really good football. He really, really is. And it's consistent now. I mean, it's this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, and it's the thing, Baker's doing it without Mike Evans. Chris Godwin has missed a few games this year, and they have had injuries on that offensive line. Tristan Wirfs, he is going to play this week against the 49ers, but that Buccaneers O-line, they've been dealing with injuries, specifically Tristan Wirfs. So that Bucs offense, they've been an injured offense, and Baker Mayfield has carried them to a 4-1 record. So absolutely, Baker Mayfield deserves to be in the MVP conversation, and he deserves to be ranked as a top 6 quarterback in the NFL. Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, give or take. And I'm looking at the odds to an NFL MVP. Because of how great Baker Mayfield has played through these first 5 weeks of the season, he's now has the 3rd best odds to win NFL MVP, only behind Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes at plus 950. I think right now he should be considered to be higher than both Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. But he's playing some really, really good football. And one of the main reasons why he's playing some really, really good football is because of their rookie star receiver in Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka is balling right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm looking at Emeka Egbuka for the season. 25 receptions, 445 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns. And Emeka Egbuka, he's the first player with 25 or more receptions and 5 or more touchdown catches in first 5 career games. And when Baker Mayfield targets Egbuka, the Buccaneers have success. This is Baker targeting Egbuka. Passing yards per game, 89. That's ranked 3rd in the NFL. This is when he targets Egbuka. Yards per pass attempt, 11.7. That's ranked second in the NFL. His touchdown to interception ratio is 5-0. That's ranked first in the NFL. Baker's passer rating when targeting Egbuka is 145.3. That's ranked first in the NFL. That's among all duos with 30 or more targets. So when the Buccaneers get Emeka Egbuka the football, good things happen. And so he has been playing some really, really good football for this Buccaneers team. Again, they've dealt with injuries. I think Bucky Irvin right now is dealing with an injury. Tristan Wirfs is expected to play against the 49ers, but he's also been dealing with injuries throughout the first 5 weeks of the season. Mike Evans hasn't played since week 3 against the New York Jets. So they're going to get back Mike Evans. They just recently got back Chris Godwin. And that trio of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka, that is arguably the best trio of receivers in the NFL. When it comes to trios, I think about that trio as the best trio in the NFL. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka remind me of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, when Tyler Boyd was a member of the Cincinnati Bengals. That's how good they are. So this Buccaneers offense has nowhere to go but up. And I'm looking at the Buccaneers schedule. From week 13 on, they got a very, very weak schedule. Week 13, they are home against the Cardinals. Week 14, home against the Saints. Those are 2 wins right there. Week 15, home against the Falcons. That's a win. I think the Buccaneers are a better football team than the Falcons are. Now, maybe things change around that time of the year, but the Bucks did beat the Falcons week 1 in Atlanta, 23-20. Week 16, they are in Carolina. That's a win for the Bucks. Week 17, they are in Miami against the Dolphins. Miami will be checked out by then. I'm not even sure that Mike McDaniel will still even have a job. That's a win for the Buccaneers. And then week 18, they are home against the Panthers. That's a win for the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers could end the season with 7 straight wins. 7 straight wins from week 13 all the way to week 18. So, man, they really are in a prime position to win the NFC South and host a home playoff game. They are in a prime position for that. That'll be 6 wins from week 13 to week 18 for the Buccaneers. Because all those games are wins to me. Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers again. Those are all wins for the Buccaneers. So this is going to be a really, really interesting game. But I believe that Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Mac Jones is. I believe that overall, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a better football team than the San Francisco 49ers are. And I believe Mac Jones' magic is going to run out in Tampa. So I'm rolling with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll go Bucks 28, 49ers 17.